I'll read. This is Onion 5 by Simon Waltonson. For this, we have a big showdown with Darkseid. Onion is Darkseid's son. Or is he? That is one of the big mysteries we entered this series with. But, yeah, he is. This is an issue that I didn't think I can review, but I am going to try anyway. The entire thing is a fight, and it is mostly silent. There is no internal monologue. There's no dialogue until the very end. There's a little bit of writing on this page, but other than that, there is nothing but action and big sound effects and great Simon Waltonson art. Already I need to correct myself though, because there is a line of dialogue here from Onion. Egan's, "The time for talking is over." And my problem with a comic like this is twofold. One is a legitimate criticism of the comic, and the other is an inconvenience for me as a YouTuber. I will start with the latter, and that is that it is impossible to really discuss an issue like this besides praising the art or complimenting how well executed and telegraphed the fighting is. If I were to get any more detailed, I would just be describing each panel and saying stuff like, "So then Onion throws a punch and Darkseid ducks, and then Darkseid, he kicks Onion and Onion falls back, and we think Darkseid has the upper hand." That would be awful. Doing a video like that would be painful. Every page though has these little headers and footers showing the Eternals, lots of different Eternals, and they are watching the fight. I really like these, and I didn't know all of the Eternals, but I recognise a few of them depicted. And on this one at the far right, if you look, that is Dr. Fates. Just realised that now. I think it is likely the case that in this issue, Simon Waltonson draws, or attempted to draw, every living member of the Eternals at some point in these little bits. But to get back to what I would say is a real criticism of this comic and comics like this, and I'm talking about ones lacking any dialogue or narration. And yeah, this applies to action like this. It is very easy to zone out or not give every panel its time. Part of reading comics is when you get to panels, you register what is on the panel, and then you absorb everything as you read the writing. You absorb more of the panel. When it is stuff like this, I do find that I have to force myself to stay on a panel or properly let what happens sink in. The other thing is that silent issues are overdone. I never really got the appeal. Silent issues should be about atmosphere. not spectacle like this. I think the decision to not interrupt this fighting with talking or whatever, that has been done to obviously make this more epic. And I just didn't know if that was the right decision for this fight. It might just be because I have a low opinion on silent issues. I admit there are some quality silent issues, but Marvel really killed the concept for me when they did that stupid Nuff Said month. They did a all month where every issue they put out was silent. Every single comic they released, it had an issue where it was a silent issue, and they were so proud of it, and so many of those ones didn't work or are just annoying. It took this idea, and it has some purpose in this issue. It is silent because this is a huge moment for Onion. This fight is massive. But then at Marvel, they took the idea and forced it into things, and very few of those Nuff Said issues had any point being silent. And some of them were incomprehensible because not every book has a great visual storyteller. This is a good fight. Don't be misunderstanding my points. I like this, but you could speed run this comic. You could read this in a minute. You would miss the intricacies of all the action, but you could quickly get everything on a page in a matter of seconds and then get to the next one. I do want to see comic book speedruns become a thing. I did that with a Green Lanterns comic. I hold the world record for that issue. I think there are comics you can speedrun because they are not worth utilising comprehension for. This isn't one of them. I think you would be doing a disservice to this issue to treat it like that. But Darkseid, he is defeated when Onion manages to avoid and then turn his Omega beams back on him. And we end with Onion proclaiming to the audience that it is finished. Even though he says that, the series lasts for another 20 issues. I am at a loss of what to say with this comic, which is maybe appropriate. It is a nice showcase of Simon Waltinson's art. It is a great fight. I think the best way to evaluate a comic like this is to hypothetically imagine someone commenting down below and telling me that I have a misprinted version where they didn't print the speech bubbles on every page. And my response would be that it surprisingly works without them. The action is clear. What is going on is always clear. And the silence works with what they were doing. I'll rate this a silent 7 thumbs up.